ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Inshallah, this reminder will be about what is happening right now in Palestine. A reminder for all of us. We have seen that the Muslims, if you do not know, they were praying in Masjidul Aqsa. They were praying in the month of Ramadan, and it was very peaceful. As we all come to the masjid, we all go, different masajid and pray, and we want to make sure that everything is in place. So if you have anything wrong with the masjid, we want to fix it. So if we do not have enough, prayer mat, even for that, we try our best to make it easy for the Muslims. So the Muslims deserve to pray in peace. They deserve to worship Allah Azza wa Jal the way we all do. And everything was calm and peaceful, and it is a great virtue actually to pray in the Masjidul Aqsa, because Rasulullah he said that the prayer in Masjidul Aqsa, you will get 250 times more reward than praying in any other masjid. So it's a special place for the believers to go and pray. So it adds extra value to it. So everything was good. Everything was looking the way it should be, until all of a sudden we have seen that a mob, totally unprovoked, came to this place, and they were just violating the Muslim rights. They were asking and shouting, and they were cursing the Muslims. They were kicking them out from the precinct of the masjid, telling them to leave, and we have seen how this thing got out of control. And dear sisters, this is not something happen just this Ramadan. It looks like it is happening almost every Ramadan. Actually, since I came to Canada, what I remember from 2008, that's how far I can go back from my memory, I have seen almost every year, during the month of Ramadan, these people, they go into Masjidul Aqsa, especially in the month of Ramadan, or something happens in that country, in the country of Palestine, whether it is through, creating more violence, or whether it is, making the Muslims suffer, whatever it is, but we see that this violence is taking place almost every Ramadan. That's the point. So what are some of the things that we have to remember? Now, when we talk about Masjidul Aqsa, Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned in the Quran, وَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنْ مَنَعَ مَسَاجِدَ اللَّهِ أَنْ يُذْكَرَ فِي حَسْمُهُ وَسَعَى فِي خَرَابِهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking this question: who is more unjust than the one who prevent people from taking or remembering the name of Allah Azza wa Jal, وَسَعَى فِي خَرَابِهَا, and they strive to make this masjid, to ruin this masjid. And Allah Azza wa Jal then He said that these people, أُولَئِكَ مَا كَانَ لَهُمْ أَن يَدْخُلُوهَا إِلَّا خَائِفِينَ. Allah said these people, they should not enter the masjid except with the fear of Allah. لَهُمْ فِي الدُّنْيَا خِزْيٌ وَلَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ عَذَابٌ عَظِيمٌ. And for them in this dunya there will be a humiliation, and also in the hereafter they will be facing this torment. What we find from this ayat is that, dear sisters, the protection, the sanctity of the masjid is something that we all have to defend. We want peace. We do not want any disruption in the prayer places. But at the same time, when we see these things happening, whether even it is happening in Dawah Center or any other masjid, we have a responsibility as a believer to stand up to prevent people from making fasad in the masjid. And this is something Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying that if you do, then who is more unjust than those who would do that? So we have to prevent this dhulm, because Rasulullah said in a hadith that zulmu zulumat ila yawm al-qiyamati. Rasulullah said that dhulm, the oppression, zulm will come on the day of Qiyamah as a black cloud, as a dark cloud. So this is something we have to be aware of. If we are not taking part in it, if we are not preventing people, whether it is Masjidul Aqsa, especially for the places like Masjidul Aqsa, if we are not standing up to raise our voice, to say that this is not what we accept, then on the day of judgment, dear my sisters, imagine yourself seeing dark cloud of punishment of Allah Azza wa Jal hovering over us. So we have a responsibility to do that. And not only that, Rasulullah said that when you are seeing your brothers, in this case we have seen what happened with the brothers and sisters in Masjidul Aqsa, and it is happening right now as I speak to you, from this place where we are, subhanAllah, protected. There is no, fighter jet flying overhead. There is no, violence taking place. We're in this masjid, we're praying together in peaceful way. But imagine yourself, you cannot do that. Your brothers are being oppressed. They're actually in another place. They were evicted from their houses. These people, they lived in their houses for many years, for decades, only to find out now that this group, they are coming to evict them. And if we do not, again, talk about it, if we do not do anything about it, Rasulullah, he actually commanded in the Quran, in the Hadith, he said that Ansur akhaka zalima or mazlum, that help your brothers whether they are being oppressed or they are the oppressor. So it is a responsibility for us to do something about it. The few things that I can recommend for myself and for all of us from the life of Rasulullah is that we have to recite dua kunut. We have to make dua for them. We have to ask Allah Azza wa Jal so that He would ease the pain and suffering of these brothers and sisters. That's one way we can do it. Another way we can do it is through charity. So there are a lot of organizations who are collecting donation. If you come across, and if you are able to financially, if you are able to do that, we need to help those organizations to raise fund for the people who have lost their houses, people who have lost everything. There are many families who have lost everything. Not only their houses, but also the whole family is gone. Maybe one or two is alive. So these organizations, they're collecting donation. If we come across and if we're able to do it, then dear brothers and sisters, we have to do it because Allah Azza wa Jal, He has praised the believers in the Quran that the one who would be الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَهَاجَرُوا وَجَاهَدُوا فِي أَمْوَالِهِمْ وَأَنفُسِهِمْ أَعْظَمُ دَرَجَةً. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said that those الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, those who believe, وَهَاجَرُوا وَجَاهَدُوا, and immigrate and strive in the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal, for them أَعْظَمُ دَرَجَةً, they have a higher status and they will be successful in this dunya. So this is something we can take as an opportunity for all of us, that if we help, if we contribute in the easing of the pain of the brothers and sisters in Palestine and also from around the world, then our status in the eyes of Allah Azza wa Jal, inshallah, will be raised, because we are doing something that is for the sake of Allah. We are doing jihad in the sense that we are helping people to make their life better. And this is a responsibility for all of us, that we do this and come close to Allah Azza wa Jal, and that we increase our rank in the eyes of Allah Azza wa Jal. There are many other things that we can do in addition to not just donating or making dua. We can also maybe I believe in Winnipeg we have like a protest going on. I think it will be happening in Saturday or Sunday, I do not know, don't remember it. But if you find people are going there to raise their voice, to make the government to take action, we have to support. If we cannot go there, at least support them, by telling everyone that we have a responsibility to go to this kind of protest and raise our voice and let the government know that we feel for the brothers and sisters, our brothers and sisters, and that they need to take action. Few other things that we can also do, dear sisters, in addition to the things that I mentioned, would be having that kind of feelings. A lot of the brothers and sisters, they have no feelings. They say, in fact, I actually came across a guy who said that why you worry too much? I mean, if the brothers and sisters in that part of the region would stop stoning or throwing stone or rocks at the occupied army, then everything will stop. Wallahi, this is one guy, he told me. So this is coming from a place where we feel nothing for our brothers and sisters. It's all about what you can offer. It's all about what nationality you are from. If you're not from my country, if you're not from this race or from this origin, I don't really care much about you. This is the mentality we have developed over the years for many of us. And this is why perhaps we are saying that only few Muslim countries are really doing something. Only few, if any. I mean, there is really no substantial, change coming. But if there is any, few Muslim countries, then we see that the number is very, very minuscule. So we have to, let these people know that we are with them, that this thing cannot be, tolerated. These things cannot continue on, this violation of human rights, and that we need to create awareness and also feel for them. We have to develop this muhabba for our brothers and sisters, regardless which country they live. If we do not have love for our brothers and sisters, wallahi, like Rasulullah said, la yadkhulul jannah hatta tuhibbu akha, that you will not enter Jannah until you love your brother. So we have to develop this brotherhood, this love for our brothers and sisters, so that we also feel the same pain. As the Prophet said, that the whole ummah is like one body. If one part of the body is hurt, then the whole body will feel the pain. And that pain for us to have, we have to have this love first of all. So inshallah, I hope that this will stop what is happening there. Right now we are seeing that more and more violence is taking place. As believers, as Muslims, Islam teaches us how to be respectful towards other religion, other people's faith, regardless what they believe in. We always have to respect, in the sense that we do not go and prevent them from worshipping their God. This is something we have learned from our history, from our books, and we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make us keep doing good deeds and keep spreading the word of peace throughout the world. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to forgive us our sins. Astaghfirullah innahu al-ghafurur rahim, fastaghfiruh. Bismillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Inshallah, I will conclude here. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give the Muslims izzah. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make them victorious. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to bring peace. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to bring safety and security for the brothers and sisters throughout the world, for all the believers, whether they're living in Pakistan, Afghanistan, or they're living in Kashmir, in Chechnya, wherever they are. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to keep them safe and secure from the oppression and tyranny of the time. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to forgive us our sins, our shortcomings. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give us a tawfiq so that we can help them. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give us the tawfiq to pray for them, to feel for them. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make dua for them, and we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make us or enable us in whichever way possible to help them. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to grant all of us Jannah. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to forgive us our sins and protect us from the fire of an-nar. Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-jannah, Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-jannah, Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-jannah wa a'udhu bika min an-nar, Allahumma ajirna min an-nar. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون وأقيموا الصلاة.